afternoon. It's Faith. Honestly, I'm so sorry. People are texting me out of the blue. I didn't realize that like when I do lives and somebody texts me, you can hear it. And it's like, what? You'd think that would be like filtered out or something. It's YouTube, come on. Okay, so God told me to come on here and to talk. So that's why I'm on. I think that there's a lot on my mind though, and I feel like we could filter it out a little bit. But happy Sunday. Merry 11th day of Christmas. There's always that. We have this tradition that we haven't done it every single year, but like we make an Epiphany cake. Okay, so Epiphany's when the three kings came to see Jesus in Bethlehem. And we make this cake and you put like really random things in it, like things you can't choke on though. Like a penny or like a quarter or like a little like, I don't know, button or like just different things. And whoever finds them gets like a prize or something. It's pretty cool. That being said, let's get at it. So we're into a new year now. And I've already broken my resolution. But I want to talk about that because I feel like a lot of people do. And it's not because they couldn't do it. It's just because, life happens. And I just want to say that like life happens, So like I had this, so on New Year's Day, I happened to read the Bible for like 15 minutes. So I'm like, hey, this might be my resolution. So the next day I started reading Genesis. And I read it for 15 minutes at least. And I'm like, this is totally my resolution. And then yesterday I was so jabambled and like everything that I had to do for the day. Guys, this sweatshirt is hot. It's so cute. But I was so jabambled and like everything I had to do for the day that I did not read it. And then it got really late. And my sister's husband is like, come on, read Daniel and all this stuff. And so I did. I read Daniel for like 3 minutes or something. And that's all I could do because I was already getting like 6 hours of sleep or something. And I don't know if you guys know me that well, but I need 9 hours of sleep every single night. If I do not get 9 hours of sleep, I am not the same person. So today, well, that was last night. And so I woke up today and I was just like, I need to take a nap as soon as I get home after church and everything. I'm like falling asleep in church and everything. And then when I got home, I was like, shoo, like I was out. Like I just slept. You know what I mean? Like I was out of it. Where am I going with this now? So anyway, so I broke my resolution. But the thing is, it's kind of like in life. Like we have this picture of like what our lives are going to be like. Like we're going to grow up. We're going to become a doctor. We're going to, we're going to get married. We're going to have 10 kids, just all this stuff that's realistic. But like sometimes life happens where like, you don't do what you set out to do. And a good depiction of this, like Frodo going to Mordor to drop the ring off. And it would be really neat if they just had like this bus or something that he just went and dropped the ring and everything was over, but there's so much trial and error and there's things along the way. But I wanted to say that like life happens. Like we have to remember that like even Jesus wept, and I don't think he just wept because of compassion or like different things that he was experiencing, but I really think it's because he was human, and even though he was human, he was God too, and he felt emotional, so he cried. And this world is not perfect. This world's not perfect by any means. And I feel like we just need to remember that like God like knows what we're going through and like really, really knows what we're going through because he's God. But like also the reason he cried is because, Lazarus died or whatever. And even though he knew, it's kind of a mystery in a way, because even though he knew that Lazarus, he would raise him back to life, he knew that it was a sad thing and he cried. And so it just shows how he's in the moment and he's compassionate and he understands what we're going through, even though he sees what's going to come after that fear or that doubt or that worry. You know what I mean? Like, So, for example, like tomorrow's Monday. Nobody wants to go back to work. You know what I mean? But it's like God is already past Monday. God already knows like what's going to happen at the end of the year. God knows, who's going to die, who's going to stay living. God knows every single thing. So it's kind of like just put yourself in God's hands and let him guide you and do the rest. And yeah, I want to put it out there that like, so I had mono when I was 14 years old, and I had it like really, really bad. And but the doctor said like I had the worst case they had ever seen. And I would not doubt that in the least bit. Like I was put out, I was like a living vegetable basically. So I could hardly eat or drink for like 3 or 4 months. Y'all, it was crazy. And eventually Jesus told me to trust in him, and I did. And then that day or the day after, I woke up and I was like perfectly fine. It was insane. But I want to bring that up because when we trust in God, it's a beautiful thing. You can never trust God too much. Do I like Trump? Yes, I think so. I'm not really political, so I don't know. I do like him, but I don't know what he stands for all the way. Plus I'm the president. Hi, Sophia. Okay, so, but yeah, I didn't want to come in here too long because I'm kind of chilling at home doing like absolutely nothing. It's actually really fun because I've been working a lot lately. But so, yeah, so maybe with that I'll go. But I just want to throw it out there that I love having you guys as followers. And I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Bye. See you.